Happy Monday morning, 5:80. I hope everybody had a good weekend and is ready to get started on their final 16-week journey for your master's program. This is week 1 announcements, and as always, I like to get started with a quote, and this is one of my favorites. Do I know what I'm doing today? No, but I'm here and I'm going to give it my best shot. And that's from Zoolander. And it's a silly movie, but that quote is amazing. Because just showing up and doing what you can do that day, your best that day, whatever it is all that's needed. And sometimes our best today is not the same as our best tomorrow or our best yesterday. So, like I said, I do love starting the announcements off with quotes because it's just fun for me. So I hope you like them too. So getting into the week, I'm going to gloss over on this table format and then go week to week and let you guys see what is going on. But we're going to spend some time getting familiar with the capstone process and reflecting on research practices and with each other through one of the discussion posts. You'll need to make sure you read through the capstone handbook. It's only 14 pages, but it's really important to get the feel of what's being asked. So we'll talk about that more in a little bit. There are, once again, the text for this week is the capstone handbook. You have 3 chapters in the reflective practice guide and then 2 chapters in writing for literature review. I'm always very transparent. It's not the most exciting reading in the world, but it's really important to get you set up to have a good journey through writing this final project here. And we'll talk about the article here in a second. You have 2 discussion posts this week. Initial post due Thursday, final on Sunday. Remember, it's an important part of your program. You guys have been here for a while, so you know that, and make sure you get those responses in. And they're not just agreeing, but they're definitely adding to the conversation. And then your first library research review is also due this week. So I always just like to mention before I go in more detail what's coming up the following week. Next week there are 4 chapters, so there's quite a bit of reading again. There's no articles or videos. There is only 1 discussion question next week, so it seems like a little bit of a lighter week as far as assignments go, but it's really getting you started to choose your topic that's going to be that you're going to work on for the next 15 weeks. So it is really an important week. So let me get into a little bit more detail. Here is your weekly view. It is the 11th through the 17th. And our learning outcomes are there, and everything I just went over is right there. So first of all, the capstone handbook. Like I said, not super long, 14 pages, but really important to understand not only what the purpose and mission and vision of this is, but when you start scrolling through the learning outcomes into the guidelines. So really starting here, really understand that, read through it. If you have questions, please reach out to me, shoot me an email or text, whatever you need. But this is really important to kind of understand what is asked of this class and then your next class. But here are the guidelines on page 6. And then it just goes through the phases. I really like this view. Identify, what you're doing weeks 1 through 3, 3 through 6, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So it chunks it out for 580 or 581. And so I really like this view in my brain. It helped me understand the project when I first looked at it. And then it goes through some of the writing requirements. And so it's really important, like I said, to go through this and really understand that capstone handbook. Here is the article for the clearinghouse. It's a website, so really just navigating around this website and kind of becoming familiar with it. It's going to be an important piece of picking your topic and making sure that it's a topic that you should be researching. So just navigate through. These are all links, and it'll help you in your journey here. So your 2 discussion questions. So this first one is introducing yourself. I know many of you have probably been in class together, but introducing yourself, posting a picture if you want, and then reflecting on yourself and your core educational values, and then discussing a couple problems in the educational setting or your classroom that you can actually change. And that's an important thing, that the idea of circle of control versus circle of influence. You really can only control what you can, and so that's what you need to focus on. The idea is that these will become your research topic. And so really no later than early next week should you have your topic. And so it's really important that you pick a topic that you're passionate about. And also you can see down here, you must have 16 credible references for the proposal. So that is a lot. So it needs to be something that there's information out there that you can find to make it easier on yourself. The second one, it talks about you as a learner throughout your journey here at Concordia, and then just reflecting on your learning of the course of your program and the skills you now hold or improved upon. Where do you feel confident as you approach this project, and what are areas that you think you need some support? So strengths and weaknesses, pros and cons, however you want to see that. And so this is a great conversation, and I always enjoy reading through these conversations. So really talking about your strengths and weaknesses in relation to this project. And then finally, your assignment for this week is the first library orientation research project. Know, first of all, that this link is broken. I've already reached out to the person that's in charge of updating this document and asked them to make sure that that works. But just so you can see, it gets an error from me as well. So if you're getting that error, that's normal. And so really, this is learning more about how to use Concordia's library to do your research review. So here's what you need. You need to complete the orientation, use the library database to find 3 current credible articles and connect it to your topic. In your paper, reference the video, and I'll show you where that is in a minute, and strategy used to locate your articles. Use the writing template, so we need to make sure that that link is good. And then using the APA resources located in Blackboard Shell, become familiar with APA. That should be okay, pretty easy for you guys. And no, with grading, depending on the course, sometimes I put all the feedback on papers. Sometimes I put all the feedback in the rubric in the grading area. For this class, there'll probably be a combo of both. Some on the rubric. Each rubric box, you can write notes, and some on the paper. But here is your video. Sorry, this video right here that you'll need to be watching. That the video up here is for these classes. It's not bad to watch them both, not gonna lie. And then here's your rubric on what you're trying to hit, your goals. If you read through that, you start doing this, and you have any questions, as always, reach out to me. I am going to be adding something in this post. It'll be under content. I have a couple examples of capstone projects that you can look at. So that's going to be in this area right here. So once again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and have a great week 1.